So the Tanween. So we have, I'm gonna just give you the, Bismillah, I'm gonna give you the name, the Arabic name for the Arabic terminology for these three things, okay? So number one, harakat, okay? The vowels are called harakat. The harakat, okay? Then you have the long vowels are called mudud, right? Singular is haraka, ha-ra-ka. Plural is mudud, and singular is med. Not mad, but med. Okay? Med. Med. These are so this is the name harakat. Haraka is one. Harakat is three or more. Is it singular? Plural. Okay? Singular, plural. Yes.
When you say singular and plural, what do you refer to?
Okay, so in Arabic, you have the words have singular, dual, and plural.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So singular is haraka.
Okay.
Three or more, because there's three of them, three or more is harakat. Okay? Mad is one. Mudud is three or more. Okay? So this is this is haraka, vowels. Mad. Okay, so I try to avoid the Arabic names, right? But now we want to get the names so that we can learn them, okay? Haraka, and then what are the harakats? Are three. Fatha, Dhamma, Kasra. The Fatha is the line on top, Dhamma, the Kasra. Fatha is A, Dhamma is U, Kasra is E. Okay? Then you have the long vowels. The long vowels are three. Alif, Ya, Waw. Okay? A, I, U. Okay? A. Now, the Alif here, if the Alif has this, then it's not a long vowel. Because the Hamza makes it have a stop. A, I, U. Okay? But if you remove this, A, I, U. Okay? That's the short vowel, haraka. Long vowels, mudud. Now we're gonna go to today's session is called, the name is Tanween. 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 Okay? Tanween is the double vowels. Okay? Okay, so this is the way they look. So this one on page 20. This one is, so basically the Tanween, the second line is equivalent to the noon. So it will be like this. An, in, un. So we practice with the ba, right? So this is the short vowel, long vowel, and I'm gonna do the Tanween with the ba too, okay? So the ba will be, ba. You see this? So this is babibu.
Babibu.
Babibu. Okay? Ban, ban, short. Not long. Ban, bin, bun. Ban, bin, bun. Now, when do we use the tanween? And where? Okay. The tanween is used in, number one, the noun. Any noun, right? And in Arabic, if a noun is definitive, that you know, like for example, if I say this, right? This is called qalam, pen. If I say al-qalam, the pen, so that means it's known. If I say qalam, pen, what pen? It's not known. Okay? So if you say, if it's definitive and you know the pen, then it's al-qalamu. You see at the end, the vowels are extremely important. That's grammar. Grammar is what is the last vowel of every word. And that tells you the meaning. Okay? So look, al-qalamu. Al-qalamu. I'm giving you a little glimpse of grammar, right? Al-qalamu. So you have the word qalam is a noun. You add the. Al-qalam. And because there's al, that means if there's al, you can't have tanween. So you have only dhamma. Al-qalamu. Okay? If you take away the al, and this pen is not known, then it's qalamun. Qalamun, it has tanween. You see? That means that that pen is not known. It's general. Qalamun, like baytun, a house. If I say al-bayt, the house. Right? Let's say, for example, if I say iftah al-kitab, open the book. Is a specific book. Is this book. Al-kitab. So that's what al in Arabic. So al in Spanish is also used. Al-muada, al-kasar. All the words in Spanish that have al are actually Arabic. There's more than 3,000 to 6,000 words in Spanish that are actually Arabic. Okay, al-muada, al-godon, al-qutun. Okay? Ghi is with gha. Guitarra. Guitarra. Azúcar. Azúcar. Pantalón. Pantalón. Qamis. 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 Not camis. Qamis. Shirt. Camisa. Arroz. Rose. You see that? Guadalajara. Yeah, I'm serious. Wad means valley. Al-Hijara, valley of rocks.
Oh, wow.
It's an Arabic name.
That's
Yeah.
where my mom's from.
Really? Now in Guadalajara, because I did a presentation called Islamic Roots with the organization Islam in Spanish. It's called Islamic Roots in the Latino Culture. And we presented it in Harvard. I was invited to present it in Georgetown University and others. So in the presentation, there's pictures. So there's a picture of the governmental building in Guadalajara, and the architecture is like Moorish architecture. The arcs, the courtyard, the garden in the courtyard, like the fruits and all that. And that's the way it was in Spain when the Muslims ruled Spain for 781 years. And it was a period of coexistence. Right? So when Christopher Columbus came to the Americas, he utilized the inventions and the navigational tools that the Muslims invented to come to America. Okay? And then that influence is there, the language. So when we look into, like, for example, Islam, we say we're not actually, and we Muslims look like also we have some roots. So let's go back to to the tanween. So let the first one is an in un. An in un. Yes.
Wait, so is it a double vowel?
Double
at the
vowel.
end? Like,
Yeah.
For ban, it would be B-A-A-N or B-A-N when it's with the tanween.
So with the tanween, so for example, it will be B-A-N. Ban. Yeah, ban, bin, bun. So I'll give you just an example of some words so you can see the application. So I can erase this, right? This part. Is it okay? Okay. I just want you to understand why is it important, right? So it's important also in reading Quran, right? Because when you have the tanween, if there's a letter after a specific letter, sometimes the letter enters into the other letter, or sometimes the tanween has to be the sound has to be very clear. I'll give you an example. Man amana. You see that the noon man, the noon sounds very clear. But if I say with the ya after the noon, I'll say man ya'mal. I don't say men ya'mal, but the noon is there, but it enters into the ya. So that's in the Quranic reading. So the words, for example, I'm gonna give you 3 words. So I said qalam, right? Sorry. Qalam, kitab, and bait. Bait. Kitab, bait. Sometimes when people are teaching Arabic, they'll teach it like this. They won't put the last vowel because it complicates things a little bit, right? But now, if you do this one doesn't have alif lam. These are all nouns. Qalam means pen, kitab book, bait house. Here, since double vowel. Qalamun is it in general pen, not specific. Kitab, kitabun, baytun. Okay? Now, that means that it's not known. It's not known. But if you want to make it known, you add al. Al. Al, qala. So this becomes a regular vowel. Al-qalamu, because it's known, so therefore you don't have to put 2 vowels. Okay? That's the grammar. Al-qalamu, the pen, this pen is known. Qalamun, a pen. A pen, what pen? We don't know. House, what house? Right? Kitabun, so we add al. Kitabu. Baytun, al baytu.
L is just that slash when you add alf to it.
Al means the. Yeah, al. So these are all nouns, right? So the verbs, you cannot add al to none of the verbs. That's also a rule. So whenever the symbol of a noun in Arabic are 3. Number 1 is that you can add al. Number 2, you can add tanween. And number 3, you can add a preposition like fi, in the house. Okay. Ala, on the house. You see, we will learn that later, preposition. So these are 3 symbols of a noun. So when you look at a noun, you look at what's before it, right? If it has tanween, like for example, let's say I would say it's a little bit complex, but it really, like, I'll give you, I want you to look at this, right? So this is al-qalamu, right? Al-qalamun. Qalamun. Now you know that if it doesn't have alif lam, it has what? It has tanween, right? So how does it sound? Qala, qala. Remember the short vowels. Qalamun. Okay? Now let's say, because when you get into advanced reading of Arabic, you know what they do? There's no vowels. You see? So now, how do you read this?
By the beginning.
How do you read it? Qalamun. Right? You already know that if it doesn't have al, if I put this here, al, that means, okay, it's al qalamu because it has al. You see that? That's where knowing these things help you navigate through the reading. You know, so when I
Can you write out for me just by itself? How would it look like? It is just the A and then that makes sense.
yeah.
A-L.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing is the letters are in the beginning, middle, end. So when the letter is in the beginning and it connects the lamb connects like this. See, it connects in the beginning, before and after. The alif connects before, doesn't connect after. That's the difference between the alif and the lamb.
Yeah, some words like they just end.
They just end.
Like you can't put something afterwards. It's just
Yeah.
yeah.
So like this qalamu, kitab doesn't connect. The alif, the lam connects before and after. That's but we'll get to that part afterwards. Yeah. So let's do these letters. So we have an, in, un on page 20. Repeat after me. An, in, un. Good. So on the left side you have the equivalent of it. You see the alif with the noon. An, in, un. Okay, so they put the equivalent so that you can see. So that the tanween sounds like a noon. An, in, un. Okay? And yes.
So this is just how to say it, but this one makes it a general noun.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. This is just the tanween is important because it comes at the end of a word, of a noun. All right. So an, in, un.
But a word that's spelled like this would not be the same as this.
No. This is something else. Yeah, this is just trying to help you sound it, to visualize it, because there's a whole, this topic is covered in a way that is called the noon that has sukun, the noon that has the little circle. You see the noon has a little circle, and the tanween. So that's a whole study. So the noon and tanween are equivalent. Okay, so an, in, un. The second one is ban, bin, bun. The third one is tan, tin, tun. Good. The fourth one is than, thin, thun. The fifth one is jan, jin, june. Good. The next one is han, hin, hun. The next one is khan, khin, khun. Dan, din, dun. Than, din, dun. Page 21. Ran, rin, run. Zan, zin, zun. San, sin, sun. Shan, shin, shun. Son, sin, sun. Don, din, dun. Ton, tin, tun. Dhon, dhin, dhun. An, ain, un. Page 22. See, if we made the left column obsolete, so it makes it easier to get through what we had to go through. Gan, gin, gun. Fan, fin, fun. Qan, qin, kun. Can, kin, kun. Lan, lean, loon. Man, mean, moon. Nan, neen, noon. Han, heen, hoon. Wan, ween, woon. Yan, yin, yun. So that's the Tanween. That's the way the Tanween is just a double vowel. Basically is the short vowel with a noon. And in un, ban, bin, bun, tan, tin, tun. So you don't prolong it much. Okay, it just and so that we will cover afterwards. So if you look at for example on page 23, right? The first, see, they didn't put the last vowel. You see that? The last vowel. So it's arnab. Arnab. So since I know that there's no al, that means is arnabun. You get what I'm saying? The application? Since there's no al on this word, then that means that the last vowel has to be a tanween, because this is a noun. You understand what I'm saying? Or are you confused?
Confused. Where are we at? Here?
Yeah, on the first word.
Okay.
And this is just a bonus. This is just a bonus.
No. Explain it again. If
uh,
you pointed it, I can.
All right.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know where we were.
Yeah.
I just got blank for a second.
I know. It happens. Don't worry. Okay. So and we'll wrap it up. We'll let you go home. Okay. So the word is. Okay. So we're just gonna read this word. So it's a, ar, as sukun. So that means it sounds like the sound. Ar, na. Now, how do I know? So how do I know this is a noon and not a dal? Because the dal, this dal, right, doesn't touch no letter afterwards.
Dal does not.
Dal or dal, they don't dal or dal don't touch what's after. So therefore, that makes me know that the noon touches after. So this is a noon.
Dal
and dal
do not touch any letter
afterwards. But before, yes.
Few words that do that.
Yeah. So we will look at all the letters that don't touch afterwards. Like the wow doesn't touch afterwards. The ra. So we will go to the letters to the alphabet so that we can know them. And I can send it on Hangouts so that it can be easier for you to know. Because it helps you with reading. So now I know. So I'm thinking this is the thinking process, right? So what is this like as a beginner? What is this? Is it a dal? Is it a right? So since I know that the dal doesn't touch and the noon touches, then it's a noon. So it's arna. So now going back to this that we mentioned about the tanween, the double vowel, right? I said if it doesn't have a al in the beginning, right? This will be written like this. Al-arnabu, right? If it has al, then it's like this. But since it doesn't have it, then it's a double vowel. Okay? So here is arnabun. So we're applying what the double vowel rule. So this is arnabun. So we will learn how to read these words, and then after this will be almost like this will be the end of this unit, and then we'll go and then we'll go to all these vocabulary words with pictures so you can know the meaning. But we have to get these fundamentals first so that like we have the reading down, and then we'll focus in on understanding, like what does this mean, right? But if you're still kind of I would say rusty on the letters or on the vowels or on any of these things, then that's what's gonna get you stuck.
Okay.
You get it? So that's why just Go to the previous lessons. I did send some videos before on the Hangouts, and if there's any, let's uh, study throughout the week and see if something comes up. Send me a message so like that we can, throughout the week there can be some follow up, right? So like that we can. So just practice this the tanween, the short vowels, the long vowels. All right.
Can you just walk me through this? Why some of them are written in black and some of them are in red? I know that everything indicates something.
All right.
So,
So I'm gonna tell you what it is. So that's what was being mentioned earlier, which is so if you look on the right column,
mhm.
the word is al harf. Al harf means the letter. This here, on the purple side, is al harf. That means the letter. Al harfu. Al harfu, the letter. Right? So these are specific. So it's al, the letters. Okay? So now we're looking at, look here please. We're looking at the alif, the letter alif, right?
Okay.
So what it's doing is showing you the alif in the beginning, the alif in the middle, the alif in the end. Then look, the ba, how does it look in the beginning? How does it look in the middle? How does it look in the end? Okay, so this is gonna help you learn. Like for example, we said if we go on page, let's go on page 24, right? So look at the letter dal. See, in the beginning, in the middle, see it connects before. You see that, and it doesn't before after. The dal also, the ra, right? It connects before after. You know the beginning, middle. So here on the yellow part it says fi al bidaya, in the beginning, fi al wasat, fi al nihaya, and in the end. So I'll write it for you. I'll write it for you in transliteration so that you can write it, so that you can learn those words. So the first one, fi al bidaya, which is fi fil bidaya, which means in the beginning. Okay? The next one is fi al wasat, which is fi fil wasat, in the middle, and fi النهاية في in the end. في البداية، في الوسط، في النهاية.
Wait, so it's Finn? Yeah, Phil.
Okay, that's something else. All right, I'm gonna tell you why. That's another. This is all grammar, okay? But you ask a question. I'm sorry, but I have to explain. But don't hesitate to ask. But in Arabic, there are 14 letters, 14 letters of the alphabet. That if they're preceded by al, the al sounds al, right? Al Bait, al Qalam, al Kitab, okay? There are 14 letters of the Arabic alphabet that the al becomes silent. So it's like so here, instead of fil, it becomes silent, so you have two ends. Fin nihaya. So, for example, So, for example, when you see it in a word, it's hard, like to memorize what are the 14 letters. So the only way that you know is that you will see. So you look at the original letter, right? The noon. Al is extra, right? So here there is something called the shadda, and under the shadda, the kasra goes, the e goes under the shadda. The shadda, that means there's two noons. See, two noons. So there's three. All right, that means there's two letters. So you say fin nihaya. So here, when you see this, that means that the lam is silent. Whenever you see this in a noun, that means that that's the, see how I saved you time? You don't have to memorize the 14 letters. All you do is when you're reading, if you see this, that means the lam is silent. You get it? That's the clue. So they're called the solar, they're called the sun letters and the moon letters, ash-shamsiyya and qamariyya. So for example, shams, sun. You don't ash-shams, look, ash-shams, moon, qamar, al-qamar, right? We'll say kitab, al-kitab, snake, الثعبان. You don't say al-thu'ban. You say al-thu'ban. You see that? So the lam is silent, but it's still there. You write it, but it doesn't sound. Okay?
So when you see, you said when you see the, was that a W?
The
You see like the, which, is this little mark here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they didn't write it there.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't write it. They should have written it, because the noon, like an-najm, an-najm, right? An-najm is the star, right? So you see, you don't say al-najm, you say an-najm, ash-shams. So we will go through some words, and you will get like as-sayyara. You know, sayyara is car. As-sayyara, the car. Al-masjid, the masjid. Right? So that's, so we will get to these letters. So just practice the short vowels, the long vowels, the double vowels, and then we get rid of all the vowels all together and we start reading words, inshallah. And then afterwards, these are just some, the practice of writing of the letters. This is and this is just practice. And then here we will get to Unit 2 on page 37, the words with pictures, and then we will go through pronunciation, we will practice the meaning, we practice identifying the letters, and we start building the vocabulary bank, okay? And then after that, like that first lesson, you will have already sentences. All right, we will get right to this. But we need to practice the previous lessons. We need to practice. If you say me, look, I'm a little bit stuck on this, right? Then I need to know, like, what is it on the short vowels, on the long vowels, on the tanween, right? So like that, I can help, right, in the process. But I think, we would get somewhere, little by little, inshallah. And then we'll celebrate, and we will move on to more conversational Arabic, like dialogues and the fun stuff. All right, we're good? Okay, mashallah. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the extra time. I love to teach. I don't like to cut a class and be like, oh man, time's up, go home. I really like to make sure that we got things clear